Hey, happy Thursday, everybody. I am glad you're here. Thank you for tuning in. This week, we get an awesome opportunity to make a Fountainscape with superior stone. I'm at Rock Hard Farmington with Mr. Dan, the Boulder Man right there. So without further ado, it's time to pick some stones. Talk to you throughout the day. What's up, everyone? Thank you for being here. We're about to start project number 3 of 2023. We're going to take up this whole backyard. There's no sound of running water anywhere back here, so we're really excited to bring this to life. We're going to do a good job of centering it on the garage, and we're going to do what we can to help hide that garage and make it a little bit more unique. This is going to be just a really cool spot. We're going to be taking out that wall. We're going to be moving their lights aside, and we're going to decide what plants are worth saving and which ones we want to get rid of. And then we're going to start fresh and have a good time. So keep watching. This is project number 3 of 2023, and it's getting underway right now. Thanks for being here. All right, so now we're playing with our configuration and how this is all going to play out. We got Aiden and Bennett working on the sphere right now. What we're doing right now is making sure that we have our spacing right for the walls. We want to make sure that that is centered on the house. And then we're going to work on our configuration of how we're going to make the basin. I have a large basin on this. I want to make sure that we have enough water and enough width to really play with this when it comes down to having our sphere on there, having our pump housing unit, and then how we're going to end up doing all the plumbing. But it's going to look awesome. Got the wall torn out. I wanted to leave a portion of the wall, but don't worry, we're going to get in some cool boulders and start really working and playing with the boulders. So we'll get a cool boulder in there. We'll hide that transition with some boulders, and then we'll get a lot of boulders throughout this whole thing. Like I always try and say, water features are fun everywhere. This time it's right here in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, like it was last week. What a fantastic first day. The guys are just putting the liner in, getting the basin just about all the way done. We'll come back tomorrow morning with gravel, and then the fun really starts beginning. We did a lot of tear out today, tore out a whole retaining wall, got that to the dump, and now all the guys got the hole dug, got the aqua blocks in, and they are finishing up for the day here right now with the liner. Very cool. There'll be more to show you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Good morning, everyone. It's the start of day 2 here on project number 3. We're going to be working on placement of the sphere, building some waterfalls, and then deciding on where we're going to put those walls, how high we're going to get them up. It is going to be fantastic. I'm really loving the way this is looking with the superior stones mixed with these stacked slate urns. It is looking great. We'll have gravel, things like that. Today we're going to be working off of the trailer. The guys are going to work while I run to the Home Depot. We've got a lot of supplies. It's always a plumbing puzzle when we do these fountain features, especially when we're going to have these waterfall walls. We're going to have a sphere. We're going to have waterfalls happening. So it's going to be awesome. Hopefully this is just a nice episode for you and you keep watching. If you have not yet, hit that subscribe button for us. It is a free thing you can do that does actually help us get the word out. And the word is that water features are fun everywhere. And a good morning to you. It's the start of day 3. Yesterday was a rough day. We had a lot of rain come and go, and we had to call it a day. We're going to have 10 different chutes of water coming up. We're going to have waterfalls happening. We're going to have so many cool things happening on this, but it is a little complex to get it started. The name of the game is making sure this lasts the test of time. So we want to make sure that if the jogs jump on the walls, they're not tipping over. If a neighborhood kid comes over and they want to play in the waterfall, if his nieces and nephews want to play in the water, we want to make sure that nothing's going to shift or fall on them. So that's part of what we're thinking about today. We've got a lot of things to make sure that that happens. So keep watching, everyone. I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much. And it's time to get to work. I am really excited for this experience. This is a brand new experience for us. We're putting together this awesome Fountainscape, but we have to really think it through. We're going to do 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom to secure everything to the middle one. And then when it comes time to putting everything on top, we'll do the same with that. And then we're going to secure the tops to the bottoms with some leg bolts as well. So each one of these holes is going to have its own 1-inch line coming. And we want to make sure we have enough flow, we have it evenly dispersed, so we're coming up with a good plan. We've got 2 pumps. One's going to run that sphere and a couple of these flumes, I'm calling them flumes, outputs. And we have another large pump to run 7 of these flumes. So a lot is happening, a lot to do, but we're figuring it out. It is going to look so cool when it's all done. The guys are working on getting the sphere in the right place. They've been putting gravel up against our aqua blocks, and they've done a really good job of hiding those aqua blocks so you can't even tell that they're underneath there. And what that's doing is that's allowing us to elevate that sphere so it's not just sitting right on the basin, and that's going to help with that rich water noise. It's going to be awesome. So we will be back on Monday. We're going to set up the weekend so that the dogs are in a safe spot and we try to condense our mess. And man, keep watching because this is going to be quite the killer water feature. Thanks everybody. We'll talk to you on Monday. It is a beautiful Monday morning here in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. The team is just gathering things and coming up with an action plan. The guys are working on the waterfall that's going to come down and around the sphere. Really getting some awesome rock work. Right now they're also paying attention to the angle at which this 1.5-inch plumbing is coming off of the sphere. Because if that is not done right, we're going to have a leak, and that's going to be a hard one to get to. So the guys are really taking their time to make sure it's done right. We're getting ready to pull ourselves up onto this next tier for moving this machine around. So the guys are getting that loaded in my truck. Awesome day 4 today. We have the aqua blocks in place. We put a bunch of rocks in front of them with gravel, really building the infrastructure to put the walls on next. We have weighed those aqua blocks in place with gravel on both sides, so we're pinching them so they don't move. And we're really trying to focus on this wall looking really cool. We're going to have the waterfall wall come down, falling behind these rocks a little ways, and then the water's going to seep out how it seeps out. And then you're going to start noticing the waterfall around the spheres. It's going to look awesome. There's going to be just so much water movement. I'm pumped. We'll be back tomorrow to keep on rolling. Thank you. We're back at it for the next day on this awesome Fountainscape feature we're building. I love when my team just has a good plan and gets to it. The medic took care of our machines. Bennett started filling up gravel buckets, and Brad started planning out where to place boulders. So we've got a lot to do. We're going to be placing these walls on top of the aqua blocks here soon and then filling those with gravel. With the tighter areas inside of these walls, you see that? We want to make sure we can get a shop vac down in there and suck out any of the gravel. So we're going to be using 3/4-inch gravel to fill these holes, fill up these walls so that they have some substantial weight to them in case of an event of a storm or anything like that. We want to make sure that this is secure, not going anywhere. So now we've got the walls in position. We're filling the walls up with gravel. Well, we got the first row. These are still going to go on the top there. But what we're doing now is we're pouring these full of gravel so that they don't move. And then that's also going to help us keep the plumbing going in the right direction, keeping the plumbing straight. So not only are we going to put another row on top, we're going to secure those rows together with some leg bolts. So this should be very strong. It is going to look very impressive. It's huge, exciting. We've got ourselves 2-inch plumbing, 1.5-inch plumbing, 3-inch plumbing. We're putting in a top off line because we like to do that on almost all of our features. There's a lot to do on the plumbing. Each one of those flumes has its own ball valve. We've got a 2-inch line that's coming in to feed the 2 end ones off of the 2 to 5,000 gallon an hour pump. So to me, I wanted to make sure that if we didn't get the proper flow at the top from that 2 to 5-inch pump, we have the option to make a arching system with the water so that the middle ones are going to be higher than the edge ones, but I think we're going to be in a good spot. And then we're running 1.5-inch line to that medium sphere. We've got the ball valve for that right here. And then each one of those stand-up pipes that's going to be 1 inch has a ball valve right behind it. We'll go take a look at that in just a second here. We do have underwater lights for this, but they are not in yet, so we have plans on how to add those in the future, and we're just going to keep plugging away at this. Things are going good. Now we have the rest to hook up tomorrow. We've got rock work to do, detail work to do. We've got plantings to do. We've got a lot to do, so it'll be a full day tomorrow, if not a little bleeding into Thursday, but it's a piece of artwork, and it takes as long as it takes, so we will be back tomorrow. Thank you. All right, things are coming together really well. We're getting our plantings in here, kind of planning on how things are going to go in the long term, coming up with our detail work. Those trees are going to get about 15 feet tall over time. They stay skinny and they grow nice and tall, so we really want those to come up over the waterfall wall at a certain point here. We're gonna have these creeping, crawly things making their way down towards the water. Breaking up that lime green really helps break up the rocky look, so that'll crawl in there. It's looking good though. All right, so we're trying to figure out some of the splashing to contain the splashing a little bit. The nice thing is the splashing isn't making it onto the patio. It's not making it past the basin. It is staying fairly contained on the front side. The right side, we had overliner, so that's staying good. The left side, we've just got somewhere it's really kind of splashing a little bit over onto the dirt. We got some help from Erica planting plants, carrying mulch buckets. As part of our process, we always put down preen. That's a pre-emergent. It works really well here in Minnesota. What that's gonna do is it's gonna stop any weeds from coming up and breaking the surface, but it doesn't hurt our plants. So the plants are able to spread in the garden. We do not like putting down fabric. We don't believe in fabric. We believe that mulch is the best thing for your garden because it degrades at about 1 inch per year, and that turns into black dirt and black soil feeding the garden. It also allows these plants to travel and to fill in the space. So a well-planted garden doesn't need weeding after about 3 years. That's one of the things we like to do. Parker was helping shovel gravel. Yeah? Where's Emerson? She was helping too.
She was just putting a little bit and then taking a break.
Well, she's smaller than you. Half your age. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's the start of our day 6 here on our project. Actually, today's day 7. Yeah, this one is definitely taking a little longer than I expected. We thought it'd be a 4-day project, but it is very intense, very complex, and it's a piece of artwork. We're just getting it wrapped up, a little rinse down, filling it up, and then we're going to do it. We're going to be able to walk you through this project before and after, so keep on watching. We're almost there.